Welcome to Wout of the World, and in this incredible episode I'll take you straight to paradise. As you can see behind me, I'm standing on a little island in the Maldives. And we're not doing some fancy floating resort this time, we're going on a budget. Let's go! Here's a quick recap, like always, of an epic journey to all the corners of Asia. We started in Thailand's northern mountains, full of hidden treasures. On the Mekong River, we sailed through Laos and saw all the highlights from north to south. In Cambodia, we discovered Angkor Wat. We visited the world's cheapest water park and continued to the capital, Phnom Penh. After a relaxing holiday on the tropical island of Koh Rong, we flew to Malaysia and nearby Koh Lipe in Thailand. On a mind-blowing city trip in Singapore, we discovered many different cultures as well. And that's where we catch up with the present, as you saw us in Sri Lanka now for several weeks. We saw beaches and old towns and did one of the best safari trips in the entire world. From mountain town Ella, we took the historic train ride to the cultural capital, Kandy. And from the beach town of Negombo, we now continue the adventure. It's only a 15-minute cab ride to the airport, where we catch the plane to the Maldives for around $150. No alcohol in the Maldives, so we gotta take advantage. We cover roughly 1,000 kilometers and arrive in Malé within 2 hours. That's right, we're here in the Maldives, just in time for the beautiful sunset on the island of Malé, the capital, from where we'll be going to another island tomorrow. So the cab is on the way, we got our eSIMs, and we're off to the first hotel in Malé. An eSIM here is a must if you want to travel around on a budget. It's also important to pick up some of those beautiful Rufia bills, as you won't see many ATMs on other islands.
I wanna push all the limits with you right now. So watch your feelings, the city's screaming, we're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in the world, gotta get it right now. People talk and tell what you wanna hear now. But they all disappear, they will let you down so.
It was only a 10-minute drive by taxi to get to our hotel. This is the hotel called Plankton's Beach on the island of Hulhumalé. And Hulhumalé, that's a man-made island. It's also the largest island in the entire Maldives because they created some space over here near the main island of Malé. So most of the tourists spend only one night here, just like us, and tomorrow it's time to get to a more tropical destination. But we'll have fun here for one night and we wait for the adventure tomorrow. High five! Yeah!
Why don't you do it right now?
We pay around $65 here for the perfect start to our trip.
Be together, it's heavy weather, we're heading for tonight. You better take what you can, cause the time is right now.
Our friends paid just a little more for the penthouse, and we have a late night Maldivian dinner on their rooftop terrace. In the morning we see this place by daylight, and we get the chance to explore this fascinating island from the sky with the drone. This artificial island was created not long ago, only in 1997. This was the ultimate way to create more space for houses and hotels, since Malé is the most densely populated place on Earth, with over 200,000 people on small islands.
We got love, love. I need only you here with me. People talking, tell what you wanna hear now.
But they all disappeared, they will let you down.
But it's time to travel deeper into paradise. The cab will take us to the dock, from where you can reach all 1192 tropical islands.
We're gonna get it right now. We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together. 'Cause we got love.
We took a very short cab ride back to the airport because this is where our boat leaves in about 1 hour. It's only 1.5 hours by speedboat to the first island that we'll visit, and it's called Fulidhoo. I'm looking forward to it.
You wanna get to it,
The water is already crazy blue over here.
do it right now. You know we met for a reason, but you trying to deny that we should be together. It's heavy weather, we're heading for tonight. You better take what you can, 'cause the time is right now. We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together.
Taking a boat trip between the islands is already an experience here in the Maldives. On the way we see some other atolls and islands first, on our way to the Vaavu Atoll.
'Cause we got love. 'Cause we got love. We only need the two of us together. I need only you.
And so we're here, Fulidhoo.
We got love.
So here's a fun fact. This is actually the second time that me and Suze are visiting the Maldives, because we were here in 2016 when we had no kids for a backpacking adventure. We went on a very low budget to some islands, very local, and the tourism was still on a very low level as well. It was practically undiscovered for backpackers. So we went to this local island called Mafushi, which is one of the more popular islands at the moment, and we went to Fulidhoo, which was an 8-hour boat ride away from Malé. So now it's very nice to be back. We have 2 new local islands, and this time they are called Fulidhoo and Guli. Let's go. Compared to our previous visit, more islands opened their doors for tourists. Resorts have been around since 1972, but local tourism has only been allowed since 2009. Now that we're here, I'd like to tell you something about this incredible country. The Maldives is actually the smallest country of Asia, with only 300 square kilometers. But it's divided over 1192 coral islands that are grouped in 26 atolls in the Indian Ocean. The population is about 500,000, but 50% of that lives in the capital of Malé, and the other half is spread out over 200 other inhabited islands. And did I tell you that it's a paradise? I love it! So where are we staying on this lovely island called Fulidhoo? I will tell you, it's called Cowrie Inn, it's way over on the east side of the island, and we have a family room, which is like a penthouse with a beautiful rooftop terrace looking out over the ocean on 3 sides. For the 4 nights that we're here, I think this will do fine. I really love this place. I'll show you the view later, it's incredible. And for this huge family room, we pay only around 80 bucks per night. Who said the Maldives were exclusive and expensive? And what did I tell you about that rooftop terrace with the view? It's so big. For such a small country like the Maldives, this must be one of the biggest rooftop terraces they have. Look at it. We can play a soccer match over here. The first island that we visit on our little holiday in the Maldives is called Fulidhoo, and it's located in the Vaavu Atoll, which is the least populated atoll of all 26. And it's still only just a 1.5 hour boat ride from the capital, Malé. So paradise is nearby. All around us, the coral reefs are waiting to be explored, but the view isn't too bad from the sky either. On this island live only 200 people, while the number of species of fish is between 1 and 2,000. The tourism here is also very laid back, since there are only around 150 hotel rooms in total. Though it's small, you can easily spend a week here, and you won't be sorry. For us, it's the ultimate getaway after a busy schedule backpacking through Sri Lanka. The weather isn't ideal today. I already saw that from the rooftop. It was starting to rain a bit, but the beaches look great. And in the Maldives, you cannot wait to see the underwater world. So I brought my snorkeling gear and we're gonna take a look straight away. Let's go! We barely touch the water as we already see the first spotted eagle ray cruising by. The coral here is vibrant and the amount of fish is unbelievable. This here is a blotched fantail ray, also known as a giant reef ray. It is actually bigger than me. We also see this Indo-Pacific day octopus, who is clearly a master of camouflage. My friend spotted it and she deserves the credit. Wow, I guess we cannot complain because the score so far is 2 different kinds of stingrays, an octopus, and all kinds of beautiful tropical fish. It's really clear and I saw so many things I never saw before. The Maldives for snorkeling so far, a 10. Really a 10. Oh my god. Imagine what we're gonna see when we have some days over here. Other places, wow. Whew. We see many of these huge Titan triggerfishes and these artistically dressed clown triggerfishes. Over here, this is called a guinea fowl pufferfish, and I do see resemblance with the bird. So I'm back at the beach at Bikini Beach to have a little swim with the family. They came to the beach as well and we had so much fun snorkeling. We did 2 hours straight because we saw so much, and in the deeper end we saw sharks and stingrays. I hope that I got the sharks on camera as well. We saw the octopus, we saw so many beautiful things, and now it's time to relax because we had a great taste of what's about to come in the Maldives. It's really fantastic. Oh yes, this is that blacktip reef shark I was talking about. I actually never saw them being so calm, so close and undisturbed while I filmed them. On the beach we have some more fun searching for crabs and other creatures. And as the night falls, it's good to know that there are many cozy and affordable restaurants in Fulidhoo. Especially freshly caught red snapper is cheaper here than anywhere else. The tourism in the Maldives started around 1972 with only 2 hotels, but nowadays there are over 100 resorts, and they are mainly islands that are private, luxurious and expensive. But since 2009 this all changed because it became possible for locals to open their own businesses and create some local tourism as well, which creates a more authentic experience for travelers like us, and it's also important that you can now do the Maldives on a budget. tourism is booming nowadays, but still don't be surprised to have broad idyllic beaches all to yourself. Isn't this just the perfect hidden gem of 2026? Time to visit the other side of the island as we walk from east to west along the south coast.
The island of Fulidhoo is only 700 meters long and 200 meters wide, and it's only populated by 200 people. So it's tiny, and it used to be a fisherman's island. But now that it's open for tourism, you can still find a beautiful family of stingrays here in the lagoon. There's also great snorkeling with dolphins, sharks and manta rays. So let's go and explore Fulidhoo.
We just walked over to the pier on the south side this morning, and in the sand the water is so clear that you can see the big fish and even stingrays just swimming by. So I jumped in the water because I caught one on camera. A lovely beginning of this day. As we walk further along the south side of the island, we see even more stingrays. As I told you, the lagoon here is home to a beautiful family with dozens of them. They were so close to the shores that the kids could see them up close and even almost touch them. But of course, watch out because they can be dangerous, but they're beautiful animals. It's so nice, this island. So many animals. Apart from them being dangerous, it's also never allowed to touch wild animals, in my opinion. These pink whip rays are not afraid of us and come to say hi, which was very special.
Things will come and go, but I say I remember now. Memories send me afar, taking me along, coming to recall memories. I was only 5 when I lost a flying kite, and I cried all night. And they say things will come and go, and they say don't you hold on.
Just like the name of our hotel, we see the cowrie shells here in the water.
I remember now everything that comes to happen.
So the south side was great, but we're over on the north side again. It took us about 2 minutes to walk all the way over there. This is also where our hotel is at. And this morning I was here when it was low tide, but now the tide is getting higher, which is best for exploring the coral, which is all on the north side of the island. So let's explore, and every day I'm snorkeling. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Taking me astray.
That flying saucer over there is a squid.
Memories. I was 21 when I fell in love with you, and I lost you too. And they say things will come and go, and they say.
And when I spot another shark, I almost didn't see the other one coming right at me. You see it?
I remember now everything that comes to happen ain't a final matter in the long run. In the long run.
This giant moray is striking a perfect pose for me from underneath. And there is another pufferfish, white spotted this time.
Things will come and go, and they say, don't you hold.
What a score again! I went snorkeling for 1 hour, and after the stingrays in the morning, I now saw 2 sharks, a squid and a giant moray over there in the coral.
Everything that comes to happen ain't a final matter in the long run. In the long run.
The main beach on Fulidhoo Island is called Bikini Beach, and it's surrounded by crystal clear waters and beautiful palm trees. It covers roughly a third of the island, and the reason that they created these bikini beaches in the Maldives is because you cannot just walk around everywhere in your swimwear because of the Islamic culture. But here you can, and it's a broad, beautiful beach, and of course you can go snorkeling on all the other sides of the island as well, as long as you just wear a t-shirt. But this place is so incredible.
After some more activities on the beach, it's time to have dinner right on the beach this time. And with the sunset, this is the setting for a memory of a lifetime. The feeling to be so isolated from the world, in a place that is one with nature and still very affordable. That's why traveling remains the only thing that you can buy that makes you richer. Seaside Sizzle was our favorite restaurant on the island. Dishes around $5 and a 5-star setting.
That's it, unfortunately, for this incredibly beautiful island of Fulidhoo. But we're taking the boat, and today we're going to the next local island, which will be Guli. So what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Stay tuned for many more adventures coming up. Subscribe to Wout of the World, and I'll see you next time.